Welcome into Snellville, GA. It's the UPSL Georgia Premier Division Championship match. It's the 3 seed and the 4 seed, KSA Pro Profile and Atlanta United Academy. Alongside Jessica Charman, I'm Jason Longshore. And Jess, this game has been one that's been on our calendars for a little while. Always a fun match. This season in UPSL Georgia has seen the number 1 seed and the number 2 seed get knocked off in the postseason. It says a lot about the overall quality of the league.
It absolutely does, Jason. What it tells you is how closely contested this league is, and UPSL is one of my favorites. I love the way you get the combination of experienced veterans playing alongside young players that want to use this as a platform to compete against former pros, against adults. And I think with this mix of players, this is the real epitome of it when you look at these two teams. Kalonji Pro Profile has a lot of experienced players, and then Atlanta United, full of young players looking for that opportunity to test themselves. And it's going to be a battle between the youth and experience on the pitch today.
Some players with experience at the professional level in the Atlanta United Academy side. Matthew DeJaney, 9 games, almost 400 minutes in MLS Next Pro this season with Atlanta United 2. Stephen Herlock has contributed to games with Atlanta United 2 this year. Sean Lanza has as well. Multiple players have been on the bench there. But then the KSA Pro Profile side, as we look at the Atlanta United Academy lineup first, we'll come back to KSA. DeJaney and Herlock up top, 2 very strong, very fast, very physical number 9s playing together.
And what I like to look at always as a former goalkeeper is the goalkeeper. And when you look at a player like Owen Barnett, a Wake Forest commit, this is a great opportunity to test himself. Wake Forest, a very competitive competition at the NCAA Division I level. He's going to play against players with the experience of these KSA players. Great test for him in between the sticks today.
KSA will be in a 4-2-2-2 today, at least on paper. Excited to see how the attacking duo of Wilfred Camden Chupa and Anthony Sumo combine up top for KSA. But also look out for Kalen Kalonji and Daniel Tuamasi, both former Atlanta United Academy players, now with KSA. Let's kick it for 45 minutes from Shiloh General Stadium in Snellville. KSA in the all-white, moving from right to left on your screens. Atlanta United in the all-black with red trim. Gold print moving from left to right.
And I think it's important to note the conditions here in Georgia today. It is hot out there. We spent some time in the bleachers, not even on the turf, and it was toasty within minutes. That heat is going to play a role in today's game. Expect to see the tempo ebb and flow as players try and get up to the conditions that is Georgia in the heat of summer.
Whatever you can get in a match, just ask Jamal TRA about that. Atlanta up the right side, Herlock.
Goalkeepers, cover your eyes.
Herlock gets the cross in. Grant Carr. Carr with the through ball. It's a good one. Flag is up, though.
Behind me, is he pressing? And 9 times out of the 10, I think he is.
Luke Hutzel comes away with it. Takes off down the left. Heavy touch as he tried to turn the corner.
Play today and the physical duels as well as with the skill set.
Herlock back to goal, back to Akin Toby, floats it in, header, big save, play test, still there, Baines. Davidson. Dunham. Headed away by Carr, but Watson come dribble, Watson down the left, Hutzel back to defend, Watson gets past him, left-footed cross, back post, Sumo touches it inside, kick save. On it now, drop back to Luzon. One more time to Dunham. Slips it through. Luzon able to turn into the 18. Left-footed shot wide. The second time. And the Suriname Youth International pops it forward. Here comes KSA. Sumo takes off and gets in behind into the 18. Wide of Barnett. Throw, but the last touch was off of Luzon. Down the line. Sumo turns inside. Cranks a left-footed shot well wide.
Ping pong ball around the 18-yard box, but KSA looking to come away.
Hutzel tackles it away. Luzon with a quick shot pulled wide of the post. Slips it through. Herlock, it was behind him. That's the one thing when you bring a player like Noah Luzon back into this group. He hasn't played with all of these players all that often.
And it can be tough to build that chemistry as the referee calls the water break. 0-0, but a good display of both these sides' resilience.
Let's see what Madison Cruz is seeing and hearing down on the pitch. Madison, if you can hear me, let's get your thoughts on this first half.
Thanks, Jason. KSA only had one loss this season, and it was back in March against Potros, and they have been undefeated ever since. And one thing that Joseph Samuel said is that it was a wake-up call for them, that they needed to kick it back into gear and look at where they are now. They're in the championship. And looking back at Atlanta United, you guys mentioned how a lot of them have had a lot of professional experience with Atlanta United too. Well, Matthew DeJaney and Luke Hutzel actually trained with the first team this week on Tuesday. So they got some really good preparation gutting in to this championship match. Back to you guys.
If any adjustments were made tactically.
If you'd been on that bench.
Oh, Herlock blocks that from Irving. It's still there. Playtez comes for it. Tampa able to clear. Turnover. Luzon couldn't hold it. Samuel comes away with it. Jabari Watson. Long run for Akintobi. Commits the foul. Match. No score yet. Tiente with the right foot. Drives it over the bar. Maybe trying to catch Barnett.
I think it was a shot.
Crossed in. Nobody home. Dampfa heads it straight up. Dunham will run it down. Loads up the left foot. It's blocked. Smith now in the 18. Shot wide of the far post. Atlanta.
In KSA attack.
We're past the 3 minutes. KSA throws it backwards. Dampfa into the 18, caught by Barnett, and that will do it for the first 45. No score, lots of interesting things between these two teams. Jess, what's your take?
That it's a final, and both these teams got into the halftime break in a deadlock. They'll both be disappointed that they haven't made more of the opportunities they've had. We've seen one big save from each of the goalkeepers so far. It's going to be who's the bravest in this second half. 45 more minutes. Someone needs to step up and grab this game by the scruff of the neck and say, we're not going to worry about the risk of taking that chance. We trust in our own individual ability on the pitch to turn the screws. I think having the opportunity to regroup, have those team talks, talk about what they want to bring to the table will change the effectiveness of the attack.
Anthony Sumo into the corner, back on the left foot, curls one wide of the Dampfa. Sumo. Defended by Streelman, or by Hutzel. Sumo with a step over. Spins back to the left foot and just misses the great ball forward by Dunham. DeJaney has Herlock through the middle. DeJaney might not need him. Can't get the shot off. Kamani Irving.
Scoop it away. Great defending.
Great work from Kamani Irving. Corner Atlanta. Hutzel will take it. Near post this time.
Did we just see two attempted bicycle kicks?
Tries to cut it back. Does, but he runs into Tony Tiente. Tiente with the big switch. Run down by Watson. Lanza defending. Right-footed shot into the roof of the net. Goal, 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 KSA. And they open the scoring in the 52nd minute.
It's a fantastic finish from KSA's Wilfried Camden. An absolute rocket off of the boots as he cuts around the defender, says why not, and buries it into the top 90.
That's what he is capable of, wearing the number of Jabari Watson on the roster we were given. And when he hits a shot like that, he reveals himself very clearly to us, as you've seen that kind of a goal many times from Wilfried Camden.
And I think what's special about Camden is he's able to go extended periods without touching the ball. He'll fall silent in games and almost lure opponents into a false sense of security. But when he gets on the ball, he has that killer instinct and confidence combination that can have a moment of magic like that.
Dunham fouled. He was tripped up. Some afters there with Kalen Kalonji.
You see a color of red.
A red card? Braden Dunham is shown a red card, and there was very, very little in that.
We haven't seen the referee go to his pocket in this match, and then he draws a red. We'll get a look at what happens here. Dunham is chopped down. He gets up.
That's not a red.
He raises his arm, and then the player sells the contact. I don't even think there is contact there with the flop. But what the referee has seen, and the AR is closest. The AR should be the one saying this right here, right now, that there wasn't enough contact. He puts the forearm up and leans in towards the KSA player, perhaps gives a decision an opportunity to be made. But the level of contact, the level of malice just isn't there. Jason, we'll get another look and allow you a chance to break this one down.
So Dunham takes the touch through. He gets tripped up, took exception to the challenge, and it's just a little shove. There's really nothing in it. A yellow card, fine. But now that's completely changed this match as Braden Dunham is sent off. Cut back. Cleared at the top of the 6. Streelman brings it down. Left-footed shot, save play, Tez at the near post. Reloading down the left now.
And Braden Dunham's just been told he can't sit on the bench, and he's going to have to walk all the way around.
Demise through the middle. Barnett late to it. Sumo, goal, goal, goal KSA. That makes it 2-0 in the 58th.
And Sumo slots it into the back of the net to double the lead and give a cushion towards KSA. Quick transition up the pitch and an empty goal for Sumo to slot it in. We'll see how this is created. It all starts with a good read and steal forwards. The long slotted pass. Goalkeeper has no option but to come off of his line, and Sumo just about manages to stay onside and slots it in. Where I'm confused about the offside is goalkeeper comes out.
Yes.
Are there two players between? And I think the referee or the AR may have been thrown here by the goalkeeper coming out.
Luke Hutzel and Seamus Streelman both came over. Hutzel having a conversation with the referee now. The referee did come over to talk to the AR, but it looked like the attacking player Sumo was ahead of the ball and also not with two players behind him.
We'll get a look at another replay in a moment. Here it is, and we'll break this one down because a lot of the time it's confusing. The goalkeeper comes off his line. Are there two players between here?
I think Sumo's a step ahead of the ball, and I don't think there were two back there. It's very close.
About the youth, and it's not to take away from their resilience of their fight. But when you face this adversity, when you felt like you've been given an unfair red card, when you feel like there's been a...
Good moves down the right side by Demise. Demise fouled.
It was out of tone from a referee that let a lot flow.
Tiente with the free kick. Headed away at the top of the 6. Volley from Yosef Samuel. It's back to Pleites. Pleites, Damfa, intercepted by Luzon. Luzon into the 18. Bodied off the ball by Tony.
It's a player that needs to get on the ball more if Atlanta United are going to be able to cut this deficit.
Still a lot of time. Hutzel low to the near post. Tiente missed on the first opportunity. Laid off. Zuniga saved by Plate. Wilfred Camden. Low cross. Sumo wants to turn. Shot deflected in front. Big switch to Sumo. Sumo tries to split two. He's going to earn a corner. Out swinging corner. Tony Tiente to take. Header popped straight up. Mistimed on the lead.
One that flagged for the red card.
He's the closest one to it, but we do have the benefit of replay. I'll leave it there. Atlanta trying to play it through Zuniga. Zuniga is upended after the play, and what's it? Delivered to the near post. One hopper. Playtez can't handle it, but he finds the rebound. Shiloh cuts inside. Shot blocked. Finds the second opportunity. Shiloh tries again. Kalonji lays it off. Shot over the bar. Goal kick Atlanta. With Madison Cruz at that time. Jenkins heads it down the right. Herlock able to save it. Herlock earns a corner.
And that's individual stick-to-it player. Even more imperative because it's a great opportunity to serve the ball into the box when you're not getting as many opportunities in the run of play.
Luzon will take this with the left foot. Drives it back post. Header over the bar from Demise. Atlanta playing with 10. The red card to Braden Dunham. KSA finding the open player. Shiloh. Right-footed shot. Barnett goes down and makes to hear from Madison Cruz to try to get a feel for where this match is with about 15 minutes to play. KSA with the 2-0 lead. What you got, Madison?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, you definitely mentioned it, especially going into halftime and in the first half we saw it. It's definitely a heated battle on the pitch right now. You have a lot of fouls, a couple of yellows, obviously with the red card to the Atlanta United Academy. But this is not something we're used to. You mentioned at the beginning, both of these sides, they've competed against each other before. They're always right behind each other when it comes to this conference in particular in UPSL. The last meeting they had this season, KSA came out on top with a 4-0 victory over the Atlanta United Academy. So there's pretty dominant on the field. KSA is telling all their players to relax, keep it going. Let things continue to roll, but don't force anything because you're up 2-0 right now. Atlanta United Academy head coach Steven Covino was telling his players to get up, keep pushing forward, and continue trying to get numbers in front of the ball and maybe, hopefully, find something in the back of the net. Back to you guys.
High. Ibarra battling for it. Could have been a foul there. Not called.
Sometimes you get a little fortunate. Atlanta United hasn't had too much luck, so I think Ibarra won't mind that no call.
Taken off through the middle, sliding challenge, foul called. And it sits on the end line, spins away. Herlock pokes it away. Blocked clearance. Gonna fall to Luzon. He wants to get back to the left foot. He does. Luzon tripped up outside the
right, or he would be in trouble.
Ibarra continued his run forward. Atlanta exposed. Here comes KSA looking for number 3. Sliding challenge. Barnett's able to make the save. We don't have a name for that one either. In swinging corner. Played to the back post. Dragged down, but the foul is taken away from him. Shiloh up the left side. Switched into the middle. Looking for the shot. Finding the space, but not finding the Luzon tries to flick it inside. KSA able to clear. They try to break. Jenkins wins it back. Cuts inside. Jenkins. Zuniga. It's a big save, Playtez.
Another great save from Playtez, who has certainly kept the clean sheet well, is able to collapse down to that left-hand side and react to make the...
Brings it down. What a first touch. Cuts inside. Has Dejaney. Dejaney harassed from behind and hit in the face in the sequence. Expecting to get to the 95-minute mark at least. Down the left now. Luzon tries. Clearance from Dampa. Hernandez heads it back. Contact, no foul. Opportunity here for KSA. Goal number 3. Goal, goal, goal. KSA moving on to the national tournament.
And the cherry on the top for Anton Fuertes with the finish. It's an easy finish in the end as he comes through 1v1, but does really well to bend the ball into the back of the net past the on-rushing goalkeeper. And that the cherry on the top for KSA as they look to go into cruise control through into the national tournament for UPSL. But heartbreaks for Atlanta United, who have been resilient, to say the least, in this second half down a man.
The quickest I've seen in a while. And that will do it. KSA Pro Profile, they win the UPSL Georgia Premier Division title. They are heading on to the national tournament.